Picard Season 3 is set in the wrong year, in my opinion. Now give me a minute or two and I'll explain why. Season 3 is set in the same year as Season 2, 2401, but that makes much less sense than it actually being set in 2411 for four main reasons. Reason 1, we know the date in Season 3 and it's too early in the year. We know that in Season 3, both Picard and Riker are preparing to give speeches at Frontier Day.
I gotta make a speech at that Frontier thing next week.
I'm giving a speech too.
And Terry Matalas has said that Frontier Day is commemorating the launch of the NX-01 Enterprise, which he said was the de facto birth of the modern Starfleet. We know when that launch was. That was April 2151. And while we don't get any star dates in Season 2, we have got a star date in Season 3 that matches around this date.
Admiral's Log, stardate 78183.10.
Which is March 8th. So at the maximum, Season 3 happens 9.5 weeks after Season 2. Bear that in mind for the next reason. Reason 2, our characters have moved on too much from Season 2. A number of the Picard cast returns in this season, Raffi, Seven, and obviously Picard. Raffi in particular has moved on too much from Season 2. In Season 2, Raffi's back at Starfleet and she's serving on the Excelsior 2 with Eleanor. We start Season 3 and she's deep undercover and has been for months.
I've been under for the months.
Seven as well. We can exclude the Baton Cannon comic that said Seven didn't immediately join Starfleet after her battlefield promotion in Season 2. But Seven has still joined Starfleet and become a commander and given a first officer position on the Titan A, all within 9 weeks. Reason 3, how old is Jack Crusher anyway? Jack Crusher is the son of Beverly Crusher and Jean-Luc Picard, with him being consummated the last time they saw each other more than 20 years ago. The last time we saw Beverly before this season was in Star Trek Nemesis, which was set in November 2379. Less than 22 years ago. If he was consummated the day after Star Trek Nemesis, he would be 20 years old. But how old does Star Trek Picard think Jack Crusher is? Picard himself thinks Jack could be 23 or 24.
You're, 23, 24?
Do the math, Jean-Luc.
And that doesn't get into the Ed Spielers of it all. An albeit young and handsome-looking 34-year-old, playing a character in their early 20s and in one scene, a teen. Reason 4, the indicators are that Season 2 happens in fall 2401 anyway. This can be no prize by saying Earth has a weather control system, but we start Season 2 harvesting at Chateau Picard, and as we all know, in northern France, the grape harvest happens around August to October anyway, and August 2401 would be after this season is set. What I propose is that Season 3 would have worked better in all these regards if it had been set in 2411. Why 2411 specifically? For one, Frontier Day could have been about the birth of the Federation, something that's a lot less human-centric considering a lot of races in the Federation had been in space for hundreds of years by 2151. Secondly, Ed Spielers could be playing someone more age-appropriate. Thirdly, it would give enough time for our characters to evolve from Season 2. And lastly, it would give more of a chance to the Enterprise's E and F to have a longer lifespan. Obviously, stuff like this doesn't really take away from how great a season this has been so far, even if the year is potentially wrong. It's not like this is the first time in any piece of media that this has happened anyway. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below.